You watched the Willie Mac video, right?
Yeah, of course.
Which is perfect because Nick, you were slightly involved in the not involved in the making of it, but you were in the video a little bit. You had something to do with the Keffals situation.
I haven't seen it.
You didn't watch it yet?
I haven't watched it. No,
really
I don't really watch commentary stuff.
I gotta say, it's really good. I don't either. You know that.
Definitely worth a watch.
And I've been watching everything Willie's lately. Well, yours too, if I'm being honest. But Willie has been really,
he's been on a grind set.
He has. His shit's been fucking fire. And this one's really good. He didn't bring anything new to the table. There's no new information or anything. But everything that's been presented so far is so well put in one spot. Andy does another one of his cringe little fucking promo spots at the beginning where he's moisturizing his face. The guy just makes me laugh, man. And he fucking destroys Keffals, man. I mean, the way he sets it up and the way he has everything there and the way it's all like ducks in a row, he absolutely destroys her, man. It's
the best thing about Willie's video is the conclusion at the end. Like when he just reiterates everything at the end super fast and reminds you of everything that he just told you. It was really, really good.
It is, because it's like, oh fuck, that's right. This all just happened in the last 25 minutes of my lifespan. It's pretty incredible. It's a good video. You've had have you seen any reactions to it so far, Nick?
No, I've been following the only things I've really seen is Keffals kind of tangentially talk about how she's I guess depressed and shit, and how she doesn't, how she's struggling to want to make content again and stuff like that. Yeah, but I don't think that's directly related to the video as much as I don't even, that might have been before the video came out. But that's got everybody looking at her again. So this is good timing by Willie.
You know what he really hit her hardest on? And correct me if I'm wrong on this, Drew. I feel he really nailed her on this was the money. The money, man. He fucking nailed her on it.
It was just the obvious thing of him showing that it was originally supposed to be for legal fees, and then just straight afterwards, it was suddenly for moving.
And then he shows the gloating. He shows her gloating and talking about how it's just the con. I know that if I make this as I instigated them, I egged them on, I kicked that hornet's nest on purpose. I mean, my fucking God.
Which example did Willie use?
I think he used the
example of well, did he show the one with the leaked messages? Did he go through the leaked messages of doxing the kid?
I think so.
I think so.
I don't know.
No, I don't think he did.
He put a lot in there.
He mainly just showed clips from stream.
A lot of stream.
Yeah,
clips.
then because if you didn't use that, I assume the one was when I made the joke about how what did I say to her? I said, "Oh, well, you took $100,000 from people." She's like, "Oh, well, you wish you had money, you broke bitch."
The broke bitch,
that was so bad. Yeah. She was like, "Oh, you wish you had $100,000."
But he went farther than that too.
$100,000 isn't yours.
he showed her explaining that every time that basically every time that something would happen, she'd raise the cap. She wanted to hit that $100,000 fucking number, but she couldn't.
Yeah.
To me, that is it's what the fuck is she explaining here? She's explaining how she fucking scammed her goddamn audience. I mean,
the leaked messages to Winter were the first ones where it really looked bad. I wish I had the quote on me right now what she said to that person, because that was brutal.
I've never wanted to fucking say scream out loud. Well, I mean, I've always wanted to scream out loud when you guys are trying to get her to fucking admit to something when it comes to this, but that's why Nick and everybody keeps bringing up, why are you tweeting out your location? Why? Because it seems fucking fishy. Because it seems why? It makes no fucking sense. Every one of her actions seems motivated by fucking money. At least easily manipulatable by her in a situation by simply giving out easy ways to fucking find her. I mean, Jesus Christ, this shit irritated me, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about it when it came to the money stuff there, Drew?
I mean, the way I saw it was that it was just the most open and shut case of she has one of two options, yeah. The number one, just refund the money and everything goes away. Or number two, actually set up a legal fund and actually sue somebody and use at least 80% of the money for that. And then I don't think anyone will really care if you keep a leftover 20% or some shit.
I don't think she really has anyone to sue.
So I just pulled this up. Here's the quote from the fail docs. Basically, this is I think it's like 100% deemed like this is legitimate, 100% now, based off all the stuff that we know. So the person Winter said that wasn't the question. Quit flexing on minorities. Keffals says, I don't mean to. I'm sorry. You brought up money for some reason. So the person Winter goes, did you pay for the personal investigator? Implying that like she used a personal investigator to dox this Winter person out of your GoFundMe money. Keffals said, no. The GoFundMe money is currently in my savings until I need to use it.
She gaining that interest on it, baby.
And then she followed that up with, do you see your family? How is, and then insert your brother's name. Yeah, she was real malicious in these fucking messages.
She is.
But that was the first time that we saw
how's your fucking, when she said like, how's your family and stuff, that was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what she does. It's veiled threats with this woman. Nick's shown it plenty of fucking times.
It's not veiled. She's implying like, I have your docs. I know where you work. I can contact your family. She's threatened publicly that she will use it on any person who's associated with Kiwi Farms. And then she's proven with, at least with me, that she'll just say that you're like associated with Kiwi Farms just to get people off of her back. Yeah. So like she'll tie me directly to those people she's threatening to dox when I have no post history on the site.
She'll justify anything she wants. And she doesn't even have to do it well. Does it seem like maybe the act is starting to get old? Are people starting to catch on to this, you feel? Is there anything starting to get through?
I hate when I fucking have to concede this point. Because, I mean, for the most part, I think it's stupid. But in the context of the question you're asking, it's valuable. For the most part, her numbers are dwindling. Her streams are getting less views. She has to resort to having me and Keemstar on to hit 900 viewers and stuff like that. For the most part, if this video by Willy didn't exist and I didn't do my debate with her and stuff like that, the only stream that would have gotten any views in the past 2 weeks on her thing would be her talking about why she can't stream, and then she would go back to having like less viewers. I think that when she's not in controversy, she's like extremely boring to the like she is just not an entertaining person to watch, and nobody's sticking around to hear what she talks about with policy, so she'll never be like a regular politics streamer who can just talk about like the midterm elections. She's just not as entertaining. I'll go watch IRI or Dylan. There's plenty of Twitch streamers that do it better. And I think that she would fade into irrelevancy given the
will she allow that? Will she?
I mean, it doesn't. I don't. She'll go kicking and screaming into irrelevancy for sure. But again, like I think a Keffals video retroactive, like 6 months from now, would probably be the only way I would justify ever talking about her again, because I just don't think that there's any real.
No, I honestly think you're right, but I reckon give it like 6 months to like a year, you'll see Keffals being another Def Noodles where you'll be able to reply to any of her tweets and instantly ratio her.
I don't think that's the case. I think her Twitter will always be like somewhat active because she pulls from a specific group of people who are desperate to have any sort of like, and this isn't no knock to them either. They're very desperate to have like an advocate to speak on their
behalf. But she's also so drama hungry that I just see her. She is drama hungry one time.
Yeah,
like, she's gonna fuck up too big one time, and everyone's gonna turn against her.
Well, this money thing might be the one. You know, depending on what happens with this money long term.
People don't go lightly about that as well. If that goes like out there, and people understand that is a massive scam, then that will not be good. Like people do not like that shit.
But she does really lean on her gender identity, her status as a trans person. That's why that new stream was really daunting to me. She's like, people are holding me to a different standard. You'd never hold XQC to a standard of all Swedish people. Okay, sure. XQC doesn't go around saying they're like the biggest Swedish streamer. Like, how dare you? Yes. Twitch really fucked up this time. I can find like multiple tweets where she's describing herself as like the top trans streamer or whatever. One of the largest trans streamers, massive trans advocate.
I was about to say, Nick, remind me what she's the advocate of, because she's not just like, she doesn't walk around and say, hi, I'm an advocate. What is she an advocate of? I think that's relevant.
They don't hold XQC to those standards because XQC isn't a fucking activist. She is.
Yeah.
And I think she's always going to be like popular in that space, but outside of that space, I mean, you can't talk about her and Destiny on Vosh's subreddit anymore. That was one of the few subreddits that was actively posting very positive things about her. I think Hassan is kind of like, I don't know if Hassan's like negative towards her, but I think at least neutral, not as positive as previously. I mean, like, if she was doing so good against Destiny, why would Hassan not platform her, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He usually goes out of his way to like take little pot shots if he can. If she's this perfect like I don't know. If she's winning so much, why is he not covering every little bit of it to get a couple shots?
She ain't winning. She
Mhm.
ain't winning. I think it's clear as that. I really enjoyed what Willie did. I thought he did a good job of putting it into a nice, tight, firm package there.
I gotta watch it. I jokingly said like I never thought that Willie Mac would make a because Willie hates all of this shit. Willie was like the last he went kicking and screaming into the politics arc where we started covering political drama. He absolutely hates long streams like Destinies and stuff like that. And I was like, who the fuck is like? Why is Willie making a video on Keffals? This is like the last content I'd ever see him watch. All right, so I'm interested to see his perspective on it because I guarantee it's totally different than my own. So
It certainly comes from a place and perspective of irritation. You could tell he is great.
Yeah,
fucking
100%.
irritated.
Is he not the last person you would expect to make this video though?
No,
No, not because of the topics that he hit. Because it's well in line with all the shit that he usually calls out. Inconsistencies, hypocrisies, fucking misuse, and just straight out lying. This is just kind of the Willie Mac trifecta or fourfecta, whatever that word is.
Do you think this opens the door though that we'll see like videos on Vosh or something?
From Willie?
Yeah. I
Maybe.
mean, he's done Hassan now and he's done Keffals. Is he gonna like really dig out of his drama comfort zone? Are we out of the T arc?
I don't think Vosh is as big of a name as Keffals is. Like for what Willie's doing and like always punching up in that sense and always punching someone relevant. Like Keffals is probably, you know, you only had like a couple weeks left to do that with Keffals, and I feel like Vosh just isn't. It's not